This form is somewhat self-explanatory. However, a lot of people still have confusion or they have questions. And it's important that it asks you for your net income, unlike the financial affidavit, which asks you for your gross income. So it asks you for your net income. Or it also asks you if you're married. So if you're filing a divorce and you're married, you put yes or no. Does your spouse work? Yes or no. But you'd also put, instead of writing in the blank that says the annual income for your spouse, put separated because he's no longer in your household. So again, number 2, you have net income of, and are you paid weekly, every 2 weeks, once a month, what have you. You just check the box for that, and whether or not you have other income. Now, if you do not work, in that box number 2, on that blank line, put 0. I have net income of, the dollar sign is there, put -0 because a lot of the clerks throughout the state of Florida will kick the form back if anything is missing. So you have to make sure that you put something in these blanks. All right, so now number 3. Number 3 is that you have other income. And what is that? Is it yearly, every 2 weeks, what have you? Is it a second job? Now, this is different from the one that asks for your regular income in number 2, because it has yes and it has a dollar sign, but then it has no. You have to circle yes or no. You have to do that because again, some of the clerks will kick it back. So if you don't have a second job, circle no. If you have Social Security benefits for you, and yes, and how much? No, circle no. For your children, if yes, how much? If no, circle no. Unemployment compensation, yes, how much? No, circle it. Now make sure that even though you're receiving it and you're putting a dollar amount, but you also want to circle yes, and so forth and so on. So it's retirement, veterans benefits, rental income, etc. But just make sure that if the answer is no, all the no's are circled. If it's yes, all the yeses are circled in addition to the dollar amount. Now number 4, you have other assets. Okay, cash. Most people get about $10. I think I got $8, but most people got about $10 in their wallet. So if it's yes, put yes, and you put the dollar amount. They have a bank account. Most people have very little in their bank account because if you look at it, your check goes in the bank today, that money is already earmarked for your rent or mortgage and your car note and what have you. So that money is not available. So you may only have $50 available, if that. Do you have any certificates of deposit? CDs or money markets. Most people don't. That's why they're filling out this form, because they don't have those kinds of things. They don't have those type of assets. Whether or not you have a boat, your answer ought to be no. Okay, it ought to be no. A picture of a boat is fine. The value 0, no. Savings account. Some people have savings account. I bet you didn't know that back during the day that every savings account was automatically given 5.25% interest. You can't get that kind of interest on a CD with $100,000 in it. Times have really changed. So homestead real property. Now this is important. They want to know the value of your property. So if your house is valued at $200,000, chances are you're not going to qualify if you live here in town. If your car is valued at a lot of money, chances are you're not going to qualify. You're going to have to pay that filing fee. So it says check 1, I do or do not expect to receive more assets in the near future. That's pretty much it for most people. They don't expect to receive anything else, any other assets. Now I want to know your liabilities and your debts. And now the first line wants to have the total. So when you're filling out this form, you can't do that at first until after you answer the others. So now when it says total liabilities, if you own a home and the value of your house, just say $150,000, but you owe $125,000 on it. So where it says home, that's what you put in that blank, $125,000. Credit cards, you add up how much you owe all your credit cards. You owe $17,323.52. That goes right there. Medical bills, there are a lot of people that have medical bills in the 6 figures. Put that there. Your car. Now, you may have paid $24,000 for that car, but when you drove it off the lot, it was not worth $24,000. So you just go on Google, Blue Book, and gets the value of your car and then how much you owe. That'll hurt your feelings when you see the value of your car and how much you still owe on it. And then if you're paying child support to somebody directly, okay, not through where they're taking out your check, but if you're making a payment, then you put that there. Even if it's for this same case, put it there. And then cost of medication. Some people have to pay and some people don't. So if it's zero, then put zero. Total all of those things and then go back to the first line at number 5 where it says I have total liabilities and debts of, and put that there. Oh, let me not forget other, because a lot of folks got student loans. Yeah, student loans go right there. Number 6, I have a private lawyer in this case, yes or no. You can have a private lawyer and still qualify. And then of course you sign it, your date of birth, the last 4 numbers of your social security. Just fill everything out. Print your full name, put your phone number, your address, your complete address, your email, and stop right there. So again, if you've completed all of this, it makes it very easy for the clerk to look at it to see whether or not that you qualify. And if you qualify, they will check a box, indigent or not indigent. And if they approve it and you're declared indigent, you will not have to pay for the filing fee, you will not have to pay for mediation, and you will not have to pay for the sheriff to serve the papers. And that's good for anywhere in the entire state of Florida. Now, of course, if the person has to be served out of the state, you will have to pay that, but at least you don't have to pay to file the action, which can be anywhere between $350 to $400. So again, this is good information. This is really good information. Why? Knowledge is power. Information is king. Thank you.